My name is Ruby Sampson. I'm 18 and I'm a climate activist from South Africa. When talking about the ocean, we need to talk about ourselves and the fact that the ocean is part of every single one of us. And we are 70% water, and although that water may not be saline and filled with microplastics, it's still part of the sea. Yeah, my favorite memory of the sea is definitely scuba diving with my father. We were in Egypt while traveling around Africa clockwise in our renewable vehicle. It runs on cooking oil and solar power, and we were sponsored by the Red Sea Diving Center, the Red Sea Diving Safari in Egypt, and they gave us free equipment, and it was amazing. Definitely some of the best memories I've ever had with my family. Swimming with octopus and octopi, and we saw a huge eel and loads of turtles. But I think, yeah, the worst thing about that memory though is that it's plagued with plastic, because everywhere you go there's plastic in the sea nowadays. When talking about climate change, you can always talk about carbon emissions and our personal carbon footprint, but the bigger picture is that it's being caused, or at least a huge contributing factor, is fossil fuels. And one of the results of these fossil fuels emissions is the rise in sea levels, and the fact that the rising sea levels, specifically in South Africa, will be affecting the poorer nations first. People living in shacks by the beach. I think that's quite an important thing that we need to start talking about when we talk about sea level rising, because just like everything in climate change, it's not affecting those who are causing it. The whole situation just terrifies me, and I think anybody who is aware of it terrifies them too. Which a lot of the time is a big reason not to do anything, because when you do something, you have to accept that something needs to be done. And with the rising sea levels and climate change in general, I think there are so many things that individuals can do that they're not aware of. Like, okay, we know about recycling and we know about eating less meat, but there are other things like supporting climate strikes and putting pressure on the government that can actually turn the situation around and better it for everybody. So I think, yeah, I'd end off by saying, join the African Climate Alliance strike on the 20th of September, and come have a look at the education days and cleanups from the 21st to the 27th on the Week of Positive Climate Action.